Let's grumble.
In this video, we're going to show you how you can teach your puppy to do what I like to call attention. Some people like to call it sitting pretty. This is basically just a little trick, teaching your puppy to sit up kind of in a begging position. So I'm going to do a little shaping with this. When you're doing this, I'm going to use a lot of treats. And so you might want to use your puppy's kibble for this. When I touch his nose, I'm just going to rock him back. And I don't want him jumping. I just want him, there we go. At first stage, I just want him backing up a little bit, and then I release the treat. There we go. First time you're doing this, you're going to do this like about 20 treats, and that's why using kibble. Oh, that's a good one right there, Timmy. Oh, you got one. There we go. So it's a really simple one. It's really good for their abs, actually, for their core, because it's hard for them to sit up. And point of fact, this is going to be harder for breeds like Dalmatians. It's going to be easier. I have a Border Terrier. He can do it like crazy. I have a Lab mix and a Dalmatian at home, and they have a lot more trouble with it just because they're taller and it's harder. Sit. Yes. Now, you can also use marking for this. Yes. 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 And Tim has really sharp puppy teeth. So if you notice, I'm kind of rotating the fingers that I'm holding this with instead of the first one because it was starting to get a little bit raw. Sit. Sit. Yes. Yes. So it's really easy. I find that it usually takes about 3 to 5 practice sessions, but some dogs, against shorter dogs, and it's easier when they're a puppy because it's just not as tall, so there's not as much gravity effect. But basically, I would do this with about 15 to 20 treats. What I would recommend you do is practice this one when you're feeding your puppy. So basically grab like 10, 15 pieces of kibble and just do this first. There you go. That's what we want, just on the haunches. And you see how he's doing it on his own. Now, if your puppy is jumping up, I'm trying to show you a fail, Tim, like that. That was actually not a bad one. But if they're jumping up, then you're probably holding the treat up too high. So start off going at his nose level, sit. Make sure you're going to sit first. Go nose level and then rock up. Yes. And then just go ahead and start marking it when he gets in the position you want. Then what I want to do is I want to start waiting a second before I deliver the treat. Then I'll wait, and do that for several so he can kind of hold it for about a half second. And you're marking at the half second mark, not as soon as he does it. So, yes. Yes. Now you see he's kind of quasi-nibbling on the treat. That's okay because it's keeping him, as long as he stays in position. Yes. Careful, don't rock him back. If he falls, that'll be really bad, so don't push him back. Sit. Yes. Now I'm at a full second. Yes. I know it's hard. Let's come a little closer. Sit. Yes. Yes. And eventually what you want to do is you want to make a transition where you're going like this. Yes. And you're going to start treating from your alternative hand, so he's not always looking for that treat. And work up to the point where he can sit up there for about 5 seconds before you mark and then release the treat, or give the treat if you're already switching over. Just like anything else, you can vary this up. You can vary how long you take before you switch over to treating from your alternative hand, but make sure you make that transition so that you can get the puppy to go up and then say attention is the word I like to use. So I'd say attention, and then you're treating from the other hand. And eventually you say attention, they go like this, and then you give them a treat. So if you're walking on the street and you want your puppy, well, we will definitely reward a sit, but you'd be like, oh, what a cute little Dalmatian. You say attention, and he does that. People are like, oh my God, your dog is adorable. And so it's just a nice little trick and a game that you can practice with your puppy. Practice again in different parts of your house, different times of the day, but I would probably try to do this for about 15 or 20 treats before each meal. I would suspect if you're feeding your puppy 4 times a day like you should be for puppies, I would imagine by the second day your puppy would probably be able to start offering that for you on their own. For my dog, it was I think the 3rd or 4th day, and she just started automatically just going like this whenever I had a treat without even having to rock her into it. Tim, let's do one more for the road. This is my buddy Tim. Sit. And this is how you teach the attention cue. Quest, you are a goofball.